I'm Steve, number 2 son, and just like my brother Jeff, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and sharing this this great occasion. 50 years is incredible. Obviously, not everybody could make it. I have a couple of letters I'd like to read. Dear Cullens, Ingrid and I would like to thank you both very much for inviting us to your parents' 50-year anniversary gala. We are both very flattered and honored that you thought to include us in the elite circle of your parents' friends and to help them celebrate this once-in-a-lifetime event. Unfortunately, we will not be able to attend, but rest assured that we will be thinking of your parents on this night of nights, and will be sure to hoist a glass or two in their honor on the 21st of March, 2008. It's hard to believe that time goes by so fast, and they've been married for half a century. It really seems like only a few years ago that Roger, Dave Nuffer, and I were young students cavorting on the quad at the U of R when I used to listen raptly to the rich and dulcet tenor voice of your dad as the Pi Chi Four sang their way into immortality and the hearts of all bulldogs. It's really amazing to me that I have known your dad for over 50 years. I know I state the obvious when I say that he is one fine human being whom you are rightly proud to call your father. Our congratulations to them both on their 50 years of wedded bliss, and a wish for 50 more of the same. With warmest regards, Tack and Ingrid Kawachi. And I have one more. Dear Cullen kids and spouses, thank you for including my husband and I in Bev and Roger's 50th wedding celebration. Unfortunately, we are unable to be there. Bev and I were simple, young, naive gals from Minnesota when moving to California. But we were blessed with meeting many wonderful people there, Roger being one of them. Oh, the fun Bev and I had, even without owning a car. I can vividly remember the night Bev came home late from a date with Roger, and she woke me up with, "I think Roger loves me." Well, it's still hard to find words to adequately express the happiness of that moment. I remember saying, oh, so happily. It was like Bev and I shared an unbelievable, excitable, and very happy moment that time sort of just stopped. It was a wow moment. So this 50th celebration is really heartfelt. It's like this: lucky me to have known Bev in my lifetime. Sincerely, May. I just wanted to say thank you again for everybody being here. Obviously, they've touched all of us in some form or fashion, and it's their love for each other that brought us all together. And I was going to do a whole speech about memories of growing up in the family, and one memory just kept sticking out among all others, and that's when I was growing up from, I don't know, from as earliest I can remember till I went away to college. Every night my dad would come home from work, and he'd open the door, and we'd all be all around the house, of course, and he'd always say, "Yoo-hoo, I'm home." And my mom would come up, they would kiss, and they would hug. And it wasn't just a short hug, it was 20 or 30 seconds, and it was every single night that I could remember. And that just says everything right there. And thank you for being here. And we love you.
See, I think we need everybody to grab a glass now for a toast. Everyone but the person making the toast has a glass, I think. And the couple.
I got it.
Thank you. You don't need to raise your glasses quite yet, because this will take a little bit of time. 50 years ago, NASCAR began. 50 years ago, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration was formed to put a man on the moon. And for those of you that don't know, I work for NASA, so that means a lot to me too. And more than 50 years ago, a tall, young Midwesterner named Beverly Sneckcloth, a young woman with a pleasant and helpful demeanor, a memory like an elephant that I think all of my brothers and I can attest to, and a rabid fascination with sports of all kinds, and I think everyone here can attest to that, made the big move from the Twin Cities of Minnesota to the mountains of Southern California. One fine day, she was introduced to a fellow co-worker at Norton Air Force Base, to a gentleman named Roger Cullen. Roger, the son of educators and farmers, a University of Redlands grad, an entertainer, a thespian, a frustrated tinker, and not a sports fan. And someone Bev thought was too nice. Notwithstanding that, Bev agreed to go out with Raj. And after a whirlwind romance, they married in, and I have to correct myself, I thought it was Las Vegas, but it was San Bernardino. In the last 50 years, they built memories with many of you here today in California, France, Greece, Germany, Virginia, and Texas. And over the years, Mom has turned Dad into a sports fan. You should try to call Dad when the San Antonio Spurs are playing, and you'll see that he is indeed a true sports fan. Raj and Bev had 6 sons in 16 years, Jeff, Steve, Dan, Dave, Mike, and Ryan. And they've seen their family grow with daughters-in-law, Yvonne, Diane, Jennifer, and Jessica, and now lovingly entertain the little girls that they never had. Their granddaughters Courtney, Heather, Audrey, Natalie, and Caroline. Mom and Dad, Grandma and Grandpa, Bev and Raj, on behalf of your family and friends here today, we love you very much, and we wish you congratulations on a great 50 years, and here's to another 50. Cheers.
Hey.